Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Kiana. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Okay, so before you even say it, I know I have a bunch of spit up on my arm. I was gonna change my shirt, but I was thinking, I'm a mother. I be doing this mother thing every day. I be having spit up on me every day. So we're just gonna keep it real. Yeah. Okay, so the first mistake that I'm going to talk about is mothers not having the birth they want to have. I feel like this starts in pregnancy, like the preparations and stuff. So how are we going to have the birth that we want? In order to do that, basically you have to figure out what's important to you about your birthing experience and also make those preparations way before you give birth. So say you want to have an all-natural birth, because I know that's like in right now. Try to emulate that vibe that you want to have while giving birth in your pregnancy. So if you want to be all natural, no medication, try to emulate that in your pregnancy.
So I'm here making okra water, and I'm cutting up this okra and I'm going to sit it here overnight. Okra water is really good for your blood pressure, blood sugar. It's good for your digestive core, your intestines, and in Mali we actually use it as sunscreen. Just rub it on us for sunscreen also. So it's good for a lot of different things. This is a bottle of water. I'm gonna cap it and sit it here overnight.
Because you don't want to get to having birth and it's like totally not what you expected and you're uncomfortable, and it just makes it a lot more stressful, and you want to eliminate the most amount of stress that you can while giving birth. Even if you make these plans, giving birth is very unpredictable. You don't know how long it's going to be. You don't know where you're going to be at when you go into labor. It's very unpredictable. So you want to make sure that you iterate these plans to the people that is going to be there and be like your support system. You want to make sure that the people around you care about your plan, and as well as will do everything to ensure things go according to your plan. So the second mistake that people do is that we forget about postpartum care. So we're so focused on going into labor, giving birth, and we kind of forget about postpartum care and stuff. So what you want to do is consider ways that you can make your life a lot easier whenever you're in that postpartum era. Some people call it like the fourth trimester, but yeah, you want to make sure that you're as comfortable and things are as easy as they can be for you, because you're gonna have a newborn. It's gonna be a lot more different than before you had children. If this was like your first child, even if it's like your second or third child, things are still going to be different. Things are still going to be a little hectic. So one thing that I did was I made easy ready meals. That's what they call it here in the UK. I forgot the name for them in the US, but it's like those meals that you see at like the grocery store that's already pre-made. So a cheaper alternative that I found was to just make extra portion sizes. Whenever I was cooking food for my family, I would just make extra portion sizes of whatever I'm cooking, and I put that in a Tupperware, put it in the freezer, done. Didn't have to overthink it or anything. So whenever I was in the postpartum era and I was too tired to cook, or you know, whatever have you, we already had meals in the freezer stacked up that we could just take out and feed the family. So things that freezes and warms up pretty easy are like soups, pastas, chicken. But with chicken, you want to make sure like they're cut up into slices, because like it's a lot easier to like warm up after. It's a lot easier to warm up once they're like cut into slices and stuff. But those things are like really easy to make easy ready meals. Also did smoothies, because you know I'm a smoothie girl, or you probably didn't know that, but I'm a smoothie girl. So I also made pre-made like smoothies. So all I had to do is just dump the contents in a blender and then put a little bit of juice in it, and then everything was good to go with that. Another thing that you might not think of, but I know my black girls be thinking of this, because I see a lot of black girls with like braids right before they go into labor. So basically it's to get beauty treatments but tweak them a little bit. so that they're long lasting and easy to maintain. Easy to maintain hairstyles for me is just braids. I have my hair in these like small like micro braids. Sometimes I do my nails, but like I'm not like into doing my nails right now. But if you do get your nails done, I know like gel lasts long. What else? Lashes, if you get your lashes done, maybe get like some ones that are like easy to maintain, eyebrows threaded, blah 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 blah. Easy to maintain style is the way to go, because it's easy to kind of just like let yourself like drift off, like hygiene wise, and just like how you like treat yourself. And it's nice to just treat yourself and to look nice and stuff for yourself. So I know that, at least for me, that's like important for me to like treat myself, and you know, I still want to like look nice and blah blah blah. So it can be very hard to like do your hair every day. It can be hard to like keep on top of your nails and stuff, especially with a newborn. So I would advise, if you care about those sort of things, to just get easy to maintain styles and long-lasting styles. Another thing to consider is setting up a cleaning routine that is easy for you to maintain and will be easy to do with a newborn. So this can include buying like gadgets that is within your price range and that will make life easier for you. So maybe like switching out vacuums that it's easy to maneuver around, maybe in getting like appliances that are easy for you to use, like dishwashers, easy to use washing machine. Just consider like your house and like what tasks are difficult for you to do now, and then see if you can make ways to make them less difficult within your price range and stuff. You don't want to go like overboard. As well as just setting up a routine. So it's nice to get into a routine before your newborn arrives. So that might be setting up a washing like laundry day routine, or setting up when you're gonna wash dishes and stuff like that, because it's easy to let those things pile up and just forget about them. But if you're on like a routine, then it's easy to keep yourself accountable, as well as just, you know, keep your house neat and stuff. Okay, so number 3 is considering the logistical side of birth. So that entails paperwork, as well as prices, as well as other things. So let's get into that. So check out the cost of the birth you're planning to have and any fees related to it. So you could ask the hospital, or like if you're going with a midwife, you can ask the midwife. But you want to make sure you do this so that you don't get like surprised when you get the bill in, or your insurance doesn't cover something, or blah 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 blah. You want to make sure that you have like a rough estimate of how much everything is going to cost, and if you're going to have to make switch insurances or like whatever you have to do. It's good to just get like a little estimate beforehand, because you don't want to be dealing with a bunch of paperwork like and stressed and stuff about prices and, you know, fees and all that stuff after your baby do arrive. Okay, so the next thing that you want to consider with the logistical side of things is the birth certificates. So you want to know the steps about obtaining a birth certificate. And the only reason why I say this is because I have 2 kids and they're born in 2 different countries. So the way that they do things are different in the 2 different countries. So you want to just have like a idea of like the process of getting a birth certificate and what steps you have to do, what additional steps you have to do. You also might want to look at the fees associated with birth certificates, so you have like an estimate as that as well. Consider like changes and like mistakes and what that entails. So if you made a mistake, or you know, need a change, just maybe consider like what steps you would have to take if that occurs. It's good to be prepared than not. Another thing that you want to consider that falls in line with this is passports, citizenships, social security cards, national insurance cards, all of those like little like documents. You might want to consider like how and when you can apply for them, what documents you're going to need to apply for them, because it can become a lot, especially after your baby arrives, and you're just trying to figure out all this like all these documents that you need to obtain. Another thing is that if you're on any government assistance or any programs or anything like that, try getting your baby added to those systems and programs and assistances before the baby arrives, because again, that would be a lot easier on you, a less hassle than like taking your newborn, because a lot of times these places want you to like go in person and stuff. If you could do it beforehand, that might be a lot easier on you. Another thing that you want to consider is your pediatrician. Have a look around, see what pediatricians are in your area, what pediatricians values you like. Number 4 is setting up things that you've bought for the baby. So this might include like bottle warmers, baby rockers, those like rocking things, cribs, all that stuff. So you want to know how to use those things and also have those things set up. I see a lot of people like setting things up, like whenever I like look at like mom videos and stuff. But one thing that I feel like people forget to mention is actually knowing how those things work, because sometimes there's like specific instructions and ways to work things. So yeah, you want to make sure that you have a knowledge of the items that you have bought and also set those items up so they're ready to use. So this includes like reading the manuals for things, which, you know, we, or at least I, it's like, who wants to read a manual? But like sometimes it's nice to read those manuals and actually know how the products work and like what to do if something happens to it. So the 5th mistake that I see pregnant women making is watching parenting videos and like mom videos but not having like discernment while watching those things. I think it's good to take things with a grain of salt, especially if it's coming from non-professionals. Even when it does come from professionals, still take the things with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, you are their parent, and however you want to parent is up to your discretion. People have like varying opinions. There's many different ways to parent. There's many different lifestyles. There's different religions. There's different values. There's different morals that people have. So a lot of times when you see these sorts of videos, like parenting videos and like mom videos, people usually incorporate their values, their parenting style, their morals and stuff in the video, which we all do usually whenever we're talking about. We usually don't talk about things wholly objectively. Usually our morals and stuff is embedded with the opinions and the thoughts and the advice that we have. So just take things with a grain of salt and take things that you want to take and leave things that you want to leave. Everything is not meant for you, and everything is not meant for me, and everything is not meant for your child. So however you want to parent, trust your gut. So yeah, that wraps up the 5 mistakes to avoid in pregnancy that no one talks about. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I do motherhood, I do vlogs, I do travel, I do art. There's a lot of good stuff here, so definitely subscribe if you like this video. Like the video if you like the video as well. And comment down below any mistakes that you've made in your pregnancy that you want to warn other mothers about. Yeah, tell me what you think about this video down in the comments as well. And thank you for watching, like always, and I'll see you later.